Hello everyone. If you're watching this video, you most likely have been asked to write a teaching philosophy for an education job you are applying to, an assignment in a teaching course you are taking, or you are just curious about this type of writing. Today I'm going to be sharing what I know about teaching philosophies, what they are, the typical conventions of the genre, and how you might go about writing your own. Before we get into the specifics of the genre, I'd like to give you all some background. First, let's talk about the purpose and audience here. A teaching philosophy has three main purposes: to demonstrate who you are as a teacher, to describe your values as an educator, and to back up your beliefs about teaching with evidence from your classroom. You are typically writing this to other educators and educational hiring committees. While you will build off of it and reflect upon it as you grow as a teacher, these are the people who will most likely be reading it. On a content level, it continues to get trickier. Teaching philosophies are exclusively narrative in style, meaning they are supposed to tell a story. This isn't much help, as there are a million different ways to do that. Another challenge to navigate is that you are communicating big ideas that are core to your beliefs about education and teaching methods, but you are also using it almost exclusively to get hired. This forces you to work within the theoretical while aiming for practicality, which is a really challenging line to draw. Finally, teaching philosophies are difficult to write since there is no agreed upon method for how you might structure your writing. When you look at teaching philosophy samples, they vary widely in how they are structured. Here is my teaching philosophy. I have been working on this document for the 2 years of my graduate program. Personally, I feel like I have a long way to go on mine, but for the rest of the video, I'd like to show you where I think I am succeeding with the genre and where I think I can improve. With my teaching philosophy as an example, let's talk about some features and conventions of the genre. Almost always, teaching philosophies are around 1 page long, single-spaced, and include subtle stylization. You also might choose to cite the work of scholars who influence your philosophy, either in text or as an epigraph. As you can see, I'm doing okay in these areas. I'm about 1.5 pages single-spaced, which is longer than I'd like to be. I have included some of my own style by using some specific fonts. I like Garamond and Playfair Display, as they are both pleasing to me personally and also popular in my discipline, but I'm still keeping it relatively simple to put focus on the writing. I've also chosen to include a short epigraph, or a quote at the beginning of the document to suggest a theme for the writing. I have also seen in-text citations, though, typically with footnotes, as to not distract the reader from what is being said. As for content, most people expect you to discuss the following topics: what you believe to be true about teaching, how you implement these beliefs in your classroom, and for concrete evidence that supports your methods and shows that it is effective. In my teaching philosophy, I have dedicated a paragraph for each of these ideas, highlighted in different colors here. I have tried to move from theory to practice in my writing, but I may play around with this later, which may help me cut down on the amount of writing I have here. I might instead give a paragraph for each belief and how it works in the classroom, maybe distilling my philosophy to 3 or 4 key beliefs or concepts. Since these are really personal and therefore challenging to write, I can't give you a template or a how-to guide here, but I can give you some recommendations as you set out to write your own teaching philosophy. First, I would suggest doing a free write of some kind. Maybe set a timer and just write down as many notes as you can, or turn each expected topic into an individual writing prompt. Second, I would ask a mentor for a copy of their teaching philosophy. If you have similar beliefs and teaching styles, this could be really beneficial to your understanding of how you might express your ideas, both on a narrative and structural level. Third, look to writing that you have found to be inspirational. These don't have to be specific to your discipline, as long as they have helped you understand what teaching is to you. Finally, and most importantly, revisit your philosophy frequently. We are always learning more about teaching and our teaching personas, and reflecting on this growth can help us see what we know and feel more clearly. I hope that this this video has given you a better understanding of how you might write your own teaching philosophy. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck writing!